Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Can you believe it? We are already, let's face it, we're at the end of June 2020.
What? Already?
Did anybody think that it would ever go this fast? I know I did not. I've got to tell you that. So, I am Melinda Cooper. I am the owner of Living the Dream Business, and I am loving what I do. And beside me is my companion, my buddy, my friend, my cohort, my partner in crime, Marion LaSalle,
That's
owner
my
of
favorite one. The partner in crime
that's
one.
right, that's right, owner of Natural Curiosity. How are you doing today, Marion?
Oh my God, I'm doing so good. I'm telling you. I know Mercury's in retrograde and all that, but I don't care. I'm still doing good.
I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to drop a nugget and then we're going to get on the show, but I've got to give two good nuggets. The first
Okay.
nugget is you start your day every single day setting your intention.
Yes.
You only set your intention for 5 things a day. Okay, only 5. And the reason you do it 5 is because that you get the momentum after practicing it, right? But you set the momentum, and then in the evenings you go ahead and you write down your day and see how much of your intention you actually accomplished. So just that little golden nugget, I thought I'd throw that out there because you
Well,
know what, living
I
the
have to
dream
say
sets
something.
intentions every day.
Yeah, I have to say something about that because I've been working with Melinda on my energy for a long time. Okay. So it may not happen overnight, but if you listen to what she has to say and you follow the instructions, and because she sends all kinds of great and wonderful affirmations out and things that you can do every day, if you follow it, I guarantee you're probably going to be just about as happy as I am. Okay. Because we're really good friends, and she constantly tells me the same thing. Now, whether or not it goes through or not, that's a different story. So if you're in business or you want to be in business, you want to be able to attract people that have money. You want to be able to attract people who want to do business with you and that you want to do business with them. So that's the reason why you need to listen to Melinda, because she goes deeper than just business. Okay. It's the energy behind it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Right.
do. I really believe in that. I think that that's where we need to go, which is
That
where
is
we're
her.
going.
That's you. That's your truth.
Yes. Yes. I do believe that, you know what, if you're going to give, you might as well give from the heart because otherwise, give it up. Just give it up. People can tell the truth. So here it is. Today, we're going to be talking about posting. And, posting means so much to so many people. And everybody kind of laughs about, hey, what are we doing with this? Well, can I just click and like? No, you don't know. No, stop it. Stop just clicking unless they're good buddies of yours and they know that when you click it was because you're in a hurry. Bam, I like that. Bam, I like that. If they're buddies and you know it and you work with them all the time, hit the click button, like it, and come back and remark something. Most people who see my post, I always try to give some kind of a meme, right? I try to give a, oh my God, or yay, wow, congrats. I try to give them something to let them know I really took the time to stop and look at it, right? And that's really what posting's about. It's not always about promoting yourself. It's how about promoting the idea, the concept, the thought, to where you can come back later and say, wow, that was really a great idea. And this is add on to it, add your value without having to have the only spotlight on you, right? Because here's the
Okay, okay. So I get what your drift. Okay, so let's unpack that because I think that's really big. So you're saying not just so you can say hi, friend, I saw your post and it's kind of cute, but you're saying as a poster, as a business owner, I can softly bring attention to myself by bringing attention to my friends and my business associates by posting and saying something on their information.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm going to say this and I'm going to say the big word. I'm going to say the big word, folks. I can't deal with it anymore. I want everybody to understand, have confidence.
Oh,
You already have what you need.
oh,
All you have to do is put it in line, get your strategic plan together and take off like a rocket. Okay? The difference is that so many people are afraid to share the spotlight. They're not taking it from you. You're expanding the spotlight. You're sharing. You're making it grow together. Marion, what is it that I say? Can you remember?
Yeah. If you're not being seen, you're not doing business.
Well, that's a good one too. But I was looking more so that all, did I not forget to turn off my phone or what? Um, all boats rise together, right? If one of us can rise and help somebody else rise and somebody else, the water begins to lift. The noticing, getting noticed, being noticed, we rise together, right? It's the water just doesn't rise on me. It rises all the boats that come around with me, right? So that's what I want us to think about, that when we're posting, I don't have to just talk about Melinda. Maybe I could talk about Marion LaSalle and tell them that, you know what? She's running my StreamYard. She's the one who is doing a great job on my show production. And it's okay because we are both achieving what we both want. Okay? That's okay to say that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. She's not taking away from me. We're joining together. Okay? And I think that people forget that when you're posting, you don't have to say, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. No. How about, God, they did a great job, didn't they? Oh my gosh, this is so cool, didn't they? Right? It's okay to applaud somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you look much bigger and better and inclusive and those people. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of this because I think this is so huge that most everybody will understand what it is I'm trying to say. Back in the day, you had Diana Ross and the Supremes, right? Well, guess what? When Diana and another huge guy or gal that was in the music industry got together and they did a song together, what happened? They both blew up. Okay, and I said Diana Ross, but I can't. I'm sure I have a better analogy than that. I know Dolly Parton and the chicken guy. What's his name? The uh, gray hair. He just died. Oh, what's
Are you
his name?
talking about Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. Okay, so Kenny Rogers was big, and so was Dolly Parton. But they did a song together. That doesn't mean that they're running their business together. It means they collaborated on a song, and bam, it was one of the best-selling songs of all time. Right?
And
It's the same thing. It's the same thing here, Melinda. And you and I have been kind of doing that dance together for a long time. You're on my videos, I'm on your videos. We're doing projects together. We're working on the same clients together. You know, it's been a wonderful opportunity for both of us to grow and our audience.
And you know, for me, it makes things so much easier because when I come a glitch, I can say, "Hey, Marion, I'm really stuck with this person. Can you tell me where they're at? Do you have a better idea inside them that I'm not there yet? Maybe you can give me a point of view that I don't know about." But you know what? You don't know that unless you're willing to open the door to collaborate. And how does collaboration work? It starts with posting. Okay. It starts with sharing. It starts with being ready to share them on your page. It starts with being ready to talk about somebody else saying, you know what, I'm doing good here, but somebody else is doing just as good. You know, at Living the Dream Business on Facebook, on my LinkedIn channel, on my Twitter channel, you can see other people that I love their ideas. I love what they have to say. I think, oh my God, this is a great idea, right? So I'll put it on my page, right? Does it take away from me? I don't think so. You know why? I'm going to say this, and I want people to understand this. There are over 2 billion users on Facebook. There's over millions. I want to say 500 or something plus. I'm sorry I didn't come with my stats today, but on LinkedIn, and I got to tell you, I don't even want to work that hard. So why would I want every single one of them? I mean, let's face it, right? This goes back to I'm not everybody's coach and not everybody is my client. I don't want to work that hard that I have to have a billion people. I'll be good with my numbers, and I'm grateful for what I have. And I am thankful that more are coming because I see them here and I see that we're growing. But the reality is be willing to share your post. You don't have to be uh, constantly giving that you know it all, because we don't. There's so many things changing and growing. You don't have to know it all. Just know your little piece of the wheel.
So when you're talking about posting and then collaboration, so that doesn't even mean that you have to have known this person or work with them or talk with them. It means that you can bring their data, their meme, their text, whatever it is, their video, and you can bring that into your post so you both look good.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you, there are some times that people say things, you know what? They have a better style than I do. There are many times I'm a bull in a china cabinet. I'm not going to lie about that. I
I've
go
heard you
in,
say that before, and I'm thinking to myself, a bull in a check. Yeah, huh.
yeah, because you know what? I jump in and I'm like, oh my God, I get so excited. Let me tell you what you can do with that. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And all of a sudden their eyes. Now I'm going to tell you a story, and it really does happen. Somebody said to me very early in the morning, I would love to hold an event, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, we happen to be traveling to someplace. And so we get there. And all the way through, I'm like, oh, get a pen and paper out. So we start doing this, doing this, doing this. I even pick up the phone while we're driving down the highway. And I said, hey, do you have this space available? How much of a discount will you give us? I'd really like it. I'll boost you out. Could you help us out? So we had a space. Now we have a space. Now we have the plan. Now we have the event. So I called a couple other people. Hey, can you come in and talk? A friend of mine's doing an event. So now we have speakers. So within 4 hours, we have this set. We go to our first meeting. We get there, and I'm talking all about, oh my God, and guess what she's going to do? She's going to do an event, and blah, blah. This is the date. This is when we have it. This girl is just still looking at me like, right? So then later on in the evening, we went to another event, and I said, they're like, Melinda, how can I help you? Oh my God. I said, we're going to an event. It's her event, and I really need you. You know what I would love for you to do is go ahead and give her this much money so that you can tell her that you're going. People were giving her checks. Checks. We had not promoted it. We had not technically posted it. We had not even confirmed everything. We hadn't signed any contracts or anything. The difference is that when you tell somebody, that bull in that china cabinet will go in because you say you want to. Universe is answering. You said you wanted it. They gave you somebody who can do it. That's where when you see somebody else post and they like it or you like it, and it helps the people, your audience, share it. Share it. Give it to them. Because if it'll help them achieve their goals, why not share it?
Okay, so we're talking today about posting,
That's
and the
right.
first thing that Melinda pulls out is collaboration. That's her, okay? She wants to share the good stuff, and no wonder I'm attracted to her because I love sharing the good stuff too. So working together with people that you're attracted to, say on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, it doesn't matter where, in
Wherever
person,
you're at.
wherever you are. So, like I said, some people, well, I didn't say this yet, but I was thinking it as you were talking. Some people are afraid to share other people because they're not sure of how they are, how their politics or are they going to turn on them? There's a lot of weird people out there. So, what advice can you give us, Melinda, for picking the right person that you want to collaborate with or share their information?
One of the biggest things I do, and I'm going to say it, go ahead, look at me, folks. I go out there and I look for posts first. I want to see what they're posting. I want to see if it's useful. I want to see if I like it. I want to see if it's funny, if it's something that I could say, oh God, I would use that, right? For myself, right? I would use that. I could do that, right? When you say that, then I go and look at the person. And, sometimes, every now and then, it's a rarity, but every now and then I go out to somebody's, oh my God, somebody's personal page. And I'm like, yeah, no, how did you get on my friend list to begin with? How did you arrive here? Are you really my friend? Let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, 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 no.
Oh.
And then other times It is such great information. They too are sharing, they're building, they're helping. And I'm like, oh, me. You know, I put my hand up. I even have silly little memes. Everybody can see them sometimes where I have different people putting their hands up, me, right? Because I want to be a part of that. When they're giving out the good sauce, the secret sauce, I want to be a part of it. I want to share them to my audience.
Okay.
Posting.
So what you're saying is you can go and look and see what they've been posting personally and professionally. And I do the same thing. I have a group called Natural Curiosity just because I'm curious about everything. And people ask to be a member because it is a group and I have a membership. It doesn't cost anything, but they do have to apply. And so I typically will, not typically, I always do. I go and look at their personal profile. And if it's all about hate and crime and they have pictures that are not friendly family, they're just not good people, I don't let them in. So I think it's easy enough now to go and see what the person's truly like before you collaborate with them, before you start sharing their posts.
And you know,
It
folks,
doesn't take long, right?
no. Oh, please. The faster the more you practice it, the faster you get. I
Yeah.
will tell you something else, folks. Posting does not mean for you to send me a private message and say, "Hey, Melinda, put this on your page." Okay, excuse me. Don't be rude, people. Don't be rude. Okay, you wouldn't come into my shower and say, "Use this soap." Don't come into my personal inbox and say, "Post this." If I don't know you, if I haven't ever seen your work, if I don't know, if we're not connected in some way, somehow, don't automatically think that Living the Dream business page is your billboard. It's not.
Yeah, I agree. I
So when
agree.
you're asking people to post your stuff, when you're asking people to promote you, be sure to look and see if it's something that works with them. See if it's something that actually could help their audience. See if it's something that you would say, you know, Marion, I know that you are looking for shows to do for show production work and things. I have a group that's filled with entrepreneurs, and guess what? They really need somebody to come in and teach them how to go live, how to do streaming, how to make it work for them. Right? Now I found something that she could use, or more entrepreneurs who need to get on stream. And she has somebody that she can come and teach and help my people how to do it. Notice how that worked together. Okay. Now, if you want to hire me and talk to me about being your social media person, then let's talk. But do not think that just because you have a special event or you have a special, if I don't know you, if I've never worked with you, mm-mm. And one of the first things that I do also, Marion, promote is that, or post, whatever, is that if somebody I know and I like their work and I think that they are good for my audience, I will easily say, hey, they're having a special event. You ought to look into this. This might be for you, it may not be for you. But the difference is that now I am giving my audiences more options. Imagine that, sharing, posting, so that they have options.
I
Bit of fun.
especially like to invite people to things that I'm going to. So do I make money on that? Typically, no. I just like to share the good stuff, and I'll typically invite as many people as I can. And I try my best not to push business stuff on my friends who don't really care. They're retired or they could care less about business. They work for a corporation or something, and they don't want to do anything business related. So I try to keep that separate. But I think by sharing, you come across as someone who cares and wants to share. And that's a big difference between somebody who keeps everything to themselves and only talks about themselves. That's
I,
big.
that's a big thing. I'm in a lot, I will tell you right up front, I'm into a lot of women's groups. Because I'm always into helping entrepreneurs. And, the world is booming right now with women entrepreneurs. coming out and making difference and making their waves and just getting forward, right? And I'm absolutely loving it. I applaud all of you, okay? Because it's time. Let's take this baby, right? Let's take this hill and take it on. So I go to a lot of women's groups on different, LinkedIn, Facebook, you name it, right? And one of the things that I do is I always go through and see what are the questions people are asking. And if I have something in my arsenal that I can give them for free, right? I'm not salesy. I'll say, oh, you're looking for that? I'll say, hey, you know what? I have a free ebook, or I have a free checklist, or I have a free whatever. If you would like it, shoot me an IM. I did that, and I will tell you this. The other day, I did that, and I literally had 102 women say, me, 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 me. So do you know that I stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning to specifically IM every single one of those women the free ebook that I offered, right? I just said, thanks for asking. There you go. Thanks. I hope this helps. I made sure that I didn't say, oh, come out and you can buy something else. No, what I said was, I hope this helps. I hope it works. If you have any questions, talk to me.
Okay. All right. So you're not trying to sell anything. You're just trying to do good deeds.
Right?
Okay.
But I've had many of those women, I would say about half, come back to me and say, hey, Melinda, can we talk a little bit? Can I set up an appointment? And it was just because I told them, if you have any questions, if there's something else you think that I could offer to give you or help you work through it, call me, talk to me, get on the IM, let's do it. Right? Because
right.
I'm posting on somebody else's. Notice what I said, Marion? I am posting in somebody else's group. I'm not there to sell. I'm there to help. I'm there to serve.
Right.
Because if somebody needs help, I don't want to write them a check and say, I'll call somebody for you.
So when you're posting content, you're really thinking about how you come across or how you want to associate yourself with the good stuff of other people. You want to collaborate and do all that. So I know today we're talking about posting on blogs and doing some articles and doing social media. So are you saying to do that everywhere? Like when you're talking about a blog, do you try to find somebody that you can talk about? Is that what you're saying, or is it just in general posting and commenting?
A little bit of both, Marion, because when I go out as a guest on somebody's blog, I ask them specifically, is there something you're covering this month? Is there something that you're really trying to focus on? Because if so, I'll make my post to go with them. It's not a competition. It's about, I'm here and let me see how I can help. Right. And if Marion says, Melinda, this is what I'm posting, this is what I'm discussing. Okay, great. Let me see. And I usually go ahead and write something on that, right? On their topic, on their situation, so that way it goes with the flow and not against the flow.
So I want to talk about energy a little bit more, because I know that we could talk about how to blog, we could talk about how to write articles, we could talk about social media. I think you can go out there and find that information, or we could talk about it in depth later. But what I'm really getting from you today is it's the energy behind what you're doing. The posting and the sharing and the collaboration is all about the what's driving that. Okay. Yes, I know you have a product and a service that you need to sell. Of course, everyone does, right? If you're in business, you want to promote and do that. But if that's the energy behind that post, it's not going to go very far. You're not going to get very many likes. You're not going to get very far. But if the energy behind it is all about, let me see how I can help. How can I serve my audience? Then I think that no matter what you write, you're going to do really well. So I'm going to give you one quick example of this. I became a Reiki master, and my very first day in my very first training, my teacher said to me, now look, when this is all over and you're starting to do Reiki on people and animals and anything, in our world, she said you could charge for it. Okay. People will pay you to do Reiki treatments on them. There's people in hospitals now that are getting Reiki people to come in and help them. Okay. It's being widely used and recognized.
Right, right. It's an
But she's
alternative.
but she said, even if you don't charge anything, even if you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart and you just want to help people, there's got to be an exchange of energy. If you just push your stuff out and nothing comes back in, then you stop the flow. So it's like a pond. You see stuff green that's growing because if nothing's
There's no
happening,
circulation, right?
it has to circulate. So as people bring in things to you and you bring things into them, now we're starting to flow and we can move forward. And
Right.
that's how I look at business. And that's how Melinda looks at business. And so think about it as you're sharing your products and services out there and the energy that you're bringing it behind. So Melinda, you're really a big energy person.
Yes,
Give
I
us
am.
a tip on how they can change their energy if they feel like they're just panicking and they need to sell something today.
Okay. First things, I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to sound real funny. I get into this, I'm going to call it super energetic. It's a ball of, oh my God, I call it the avalanche effect. Whether it's a fire or whether it's a snowball, it's coming, and God, get out of the way. It's a train moving, right? Because I know I'm that way. I get super excited. The energy shoots up and boom, before you go. So here's the thing. I'm a firm believer, and this is from my heart to everybody else here. I'm a firm believer that we walk into where we drive ourselves. Okay. We walk into what we bring into our lives and allow into our lives. Okay. So if we're walking into panic and we have to sell today, and I have been there, I have been there so bad. The bill has come and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to sell right now. Right.
Please
So
buy
what?
my stuff. Buy my stuff.
Right, right. So, I normally reach out to people, and I'm about to do this. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm about to reach out to people and say, you know what? I'm trying something new. Do you think that you have at least 5 people you could give me their names and I could send it to and say you recommended them? Right now, I am offering, could you help me do this to 5 people on your audience that might need this, right? That's one. I've changed that energy to I have to have it to, do you know somebody who needs it, right? That's one. Two, I always turn around and say, if they say, no, I don't think so, no problem. Could you keep it in mind just in case somebody pops up? If that energy brings somebody to you, you're going to say, oh my God, Melinda's doing that. Here's a person, right? So I always ask those who are closest to me, right? I go ahead and I go out to those groups and I always ask the administrator, hey, you know what? I'm really in a bind. I was wondering if I could just post this today and hope that maybe somebody who needs it, there it is, somebody else who needs it, will see it. And maybe they'll join. Maybe they'll sign up. Maybe they'll try this, right? So when you look at that and you consider that avenue, the energy is that you're not shoving it down their throats, but instead you're telling the universe, bring those who need it to me. Bring those who I can really serve to me. When I first started, I used to say, okay, God, you know what? I have never been in this situation before, never. And it was first starting out, I was like, I've never been in this situation before. And I could really use some help. So what happened was that he brought me a ton of people who said, oh, I'd love to write for your magazine, Melinda. And I was like, okay, great. Yeah. And my magazine has gone through, I'd hate to say how many stages of what in the world is Melinda Cooper doing. But, I've always tried and opened the door to people. And I tell people all the time, especially in women's group, hi, Sherry. I'm looking for people who, have a good article or a good subject or a good story that they can share and help my audience to understand and to grow a little bit further. I put that out there all the time, and you'd be surprised how many tell me, oh no, I couldn't ever write for a magazine. Do you blog? You're already posting. This is just a bigger post, right? So I'm just saying that, make sure that when you push the energy out, that it's a positive energy and it's not just about you. It's about for those who really need my help, for those who could use my help, and for those who say, I know somebody who could use Melinda's help. That's who I'm sharing to. Zig Ziglar clearly said, you want your greatest dreams? Then you have to help enough people.
Yeah. Well, it's time. It just flies by every time I'm with you. I can't believe it. Hours go by. So we are here live every single week. We're here on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock Central. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and we encourage you to bring your questions, to bring your energy, and to really communicate with us and the audience here by just commenting. There's a little comment box there. You're more than welcome to ask questions and say hello, like your friend did this morning. That was awesome.
Thank you, Sherry, for always coming. Your support is fabulous. One thing, I am going to open up a brand new contest later on today on Living the Dream Business, and you'll catch it in LinkedIn as well. It's going to be a big mega contest, and I'm going to be giving away a free ebook guide on social media traffic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anybody, please, later on this afternoon, come see me. And you know what? Sign up, subscribe, become part of Living the Dream, because it's time you live your dream.
Thanks
For
being
here. See you next time.
See you next week, if not before.
Definitely before.
Bye now.